Hey everyone, it's David with 316 Extreme Outdoors. I just got a quick word I want to share with you today. I love the United States. I believe in the Second Amendment rights. I love and support our military, and I believe in defending the United States at all costs against all enemies. But you know, recently I heard a well-known internet preacher say something about radical Islamic terrorists, and we should just drop a bomb on them. And you know, I thought, yeah, that's exactly right. Drop a bomb on them. Turn it into a sea of glass over there. Eliminate them all. But then I got to thinking, you know, sometimes that's what we have to do as the United States. We have to use that kind of military force. And when it comes to it, I support that. But I got to thinking, what about those that are thinking about coming out of the gospel of hate? They've heard about this man named Jesus Christ. They've heard about the forgiving power of the blood and the forgiveness of sins. How do they feel when they hear a Christian say, let's just drop a bomb on all of them, kill them all? How does Jesus feel about us saying that? But you may say, wait a minute now, Brother David, these people are killing Christians, persecuting Christians. And then I got to thinking about, what about Saul? You know, when we look at the scriptures in Matthew 5 and verse 43, it says, ye have heard that it is said to love thy neighbor and hate thine enemies. But Jesus said, love your enemies. Do good to those that despitefully use you and persecute you, that ye may be called the children of God. Saul was a man who loved the law, who was a Pharisee, but he hated Christians because it went against what he believed. And in Acts it tells us that he drugged the Christians out, had them put into prisons, and eventually killed. He was there at the stoning of Stephen when they laid the clothes of Stephen at Saul's feet. Saul did all of this in the name of God, thinking what he was doing was right. But you know, let me tell you something about this man named Saul. He met a man named Jesus Christ on the road to Damascus. He changed his name from Saul to Paul. He wrote, they say, up to 13 books of the Bible. He went from town to town preaching the gospel, and eventually he gave his life for Jesus Christ. All because God was merciful to him, just like we need to be merciful to others who are caught in the gospel of hate. And you know, this well-known internet preacher said also that the greatest threat to America was radical Islamic terrorists. And they are a great threat to our freedom and to America. But I got to tell you something. The greatest threat to America is not radical Islamic terrorists or any other group. The greatest threat to America is the rejection of Jesus Christ, of the gospel. When we allow the filth to come into our house that is against everything that God, through the TV, everything that God and everything that Christianity stands for, when we take God out of our schools, when we take him off of our monuments into public places, that's the greatest threat to America. We need to turn back to God. Psalms 9 and 17 tells us, the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget God. But I've got good news for you. In 2 Chronicles 7 and verse 14, it says, if my people who are called by my name, if they will humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, I will heal their lands. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. In closing, like I said from the beginning, I love America. I love our country. And we have to defend her at all costs, no matter what we have to do. But as Christians, we have to love our neighbor, even when it's our enemy. This is David with 316 Extreme Outdoors, where we're taking the gospel out of the four walls of the church to the great outdoors. Till next time,